Running a little late tonight, but you know how we get down on the channel. Big board rankings. Which Ohio State Buckeye player is at the top of Washington's draft board? And what are we doing at pick 7? A conversation we're going to have ad nauseum over the next less than a month now until the start of the 2026 NFL draft. I got some company on the show tonight. Please act accordingly. This is Rambling About Washington. Today, I'd like to welcome onto the program. I mentioned the other day, we have a female in the Washington Commanders content creator community now, so had to get her on the show to chop it up and talk Commanders. Miss K from the K's Take channel, welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you for having me. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm lovely. I see you suited and booted. You got your jersey. On what jersey?
You know. McLaurin. Come on now.
Okay, Terry McLaurin.
I caught the sale.
You caught the sale. And if it's a Terry McLaurin catch, you probably caught it with your body instead of your hands. You know, that is the body catch bandit. But welcome to the channel and welcome to the content creator community. We have such a large community of people that just love and obsess with every detail of this team. What got you into that? Where did you, walk me through your entire fan story and how you started creating content?
All right, so I can't remember when I became an avid football fan, but my love for the game intensified when I became the football trainer and manager at my high school. And then I'm a hometown team supporter, so that's why I love the Redskins, now Commanders. So that's pretty much the story.
Okay, so
my fan story.
and now it's like you're entrenched with it. Like you care about who the team's signing, you care about who they're releasing, you care about who's on the practice squad, who we're drafting, who the team president. It's kind of a sickness being a part of this fan base.
It is. It's like an addiction, and getting into it, not into it in a bad way, but getting into it with the other fans. It's just I love the community, especially now that we have Jaden Daniels and the culture that he's brought to DC. I'm here for it.
No, he brought the vibes back, and then a year later, them shits dissipated. But we're still here now. We've seen a lot darker times as Washington fans. Do you have a favorite moment of yours, or is it just 24 in a nutshell?
It's 24. 2024 was my favorite moment by far. And in that season, of course, was the Jaden Daniels Hail Mary. That was my absolute favorite. Because now, get this, the Hail Mary is my favorite play of all time anyway, but you rarely see it be successful. So I know the fans going to get mad at me, but I was about to give up on the team at that game. Because I was just we always come down to the last second. So, of course, he's scrambling around, throws it. All I see was the ball going into the crowd of the Bears. Then all of a sudden, I see Noah Brown in the back with the ball. I absolutely lost it. Absolutely lost it.
We all did.
So that was my favorite moment.
When you see magical moments happen in sports, it's been so depressing so long being a fan of this team. I didn't think moments like that could happen to us. I see things happen to people all the time. I'm like, when is it our turn? I didn't know until that moment that the magic could happen here.
Exactly. And just the whole season. Because, I know you're probably used to it. You're watching it. We might have a good game or so, good moments. And at the end of it, we blow it. So it's all right. But that season, I don't know what it reignited in me, but I'm back. That was my moment.
I'm still recovering from the high of that season. Even though last year happened and it was very disappointing and it was awful and the entire team was hurt and we had players that should never be playing on Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays, or internationally on football fields, we made it through it, and I think we're going to get back and we're going to be a playoff contending team this year. How are you feeling about AP's offseason? I seen your channel. It looked like you were ready to crash out on AP on day one of free agency.
Day one, I was ready to crash out because, like I said, I was seeing people flying off the board. You know, ESPN is going off, Twitter's going off. This team got them, this team got them. And I'm like, all right, Adam, what are you doing? Like, I know you're on, the West Coast time, but like, what are you doing? So I was pissed. Then he made some moves, he made some splashes, and I came back and I started to trust him. But no, I was pissed because I was like, we're about to do what we've always done. We're about to make a stupid move. We're about to sit back and wait for everybody to be gone, and then we get the bottom of the crop pickings. But nah, he made me a believer.
Yeah, we didn't sit around and wait for the scraps, even though it felt like it was just an odd free agency when the first signing in that the league announces is Olamide Zaccheaus at 12:03. Like 3 minutes in the free agency, that's the first deal got done. Like that's
our scraps. That was one of our scraps, and I was like, okay, this is how this is about to go. Okay.
And then our first outsourced signing was Amik Robertson, and Amik Robertson fills a need for this team. But opening up free agency like that, we needed that Tunzel news because the Tunzel news kind of balanced some things out. Because
yes, it did.
We saw how the Terry contract dragged through the offseason. They took care of him within a couple hours of free agency started, and well-deserved, right?
I think they knew that they didn't have a choice because one thing this team does not do well with is drama. So all that Terry drama that was in the offseason, to be honest, I blame that for our bad season because we just had so much like doom and gloom over us the entire offseason. So they knew that they were like, all right, let's just go ahead and get Laramie Tunsil out the way. So here's your money. Take it. All right, guys. All right.
I agree. It was a bad omen, and it killed a vibes on arrival. Like we didn't even get to carry vibes into the season because there were no vibes in training camp. Why am I watching my GOAT throw to KJ Osborne and Chris Moore, who I call Simo, in training camp? I don't want to see. I went out to camp to watch them practice, and he's throwing it to Lane, Simo, and KJ Osborne. Like you can't get vibey off that.
Oh no. Yeah, well, see, I think you already knew then that the season was a wash.
I think all of us knew after that first preseason. No, first of all, it started in the joint practices versus New England. They destroyed us in the joint practice. Our media didn't want to tell us about it. And then we go out to the preseason game and they beat us by 40 points. I think it was because it was preseason. So we were like, yeah, there's no way we're going to come out like that in the regular season. And we got the Giants to start. But as soon as we ran into our first roadblock with the Green Bay Packers, that told 9-11, that told us just how disastrous our season was going to be.
But I didn't know how bad it was going to get. I didn't know that we'd be hit with the injury bug over and over and over again, especially now with Jaden Daniels. Like,
you knew it got bad when Terry the most death taxes and Terry being available on Sunday. When Terry got hurt, I was like, yep, this season it's
a done.
Yeah, it's
done.
This guy's never hurt. He's always on the field. That's when I realized this was a different type of injury bug we were playing with in 2025. But we're in 2026 now. The offseason went well. Was there a favorite signing of yours that Washington made so far?
Chig Nkakwo. And I say that because, yes, we've had Zach Ertz. Yes, I think he's done a really good job for the team, but he is the safety net. He's not that, yards after the catch player. He's not that one that's going to give you a big play. He's safe. Okay. But Chig, I cannot wait to see what he does this year because I just feel like there's going to be so many big plays and big moments. And that's what we need. We need, first of all, young players. So I'm glad to see that we're going in the younger direction, but we need that player where because we all know he can air it out. So if he wants to air it out and nobody else is open, but we have this dynamic tight end, I'm here for it.
And Jaden, like most young quarterbacks in this league, their security blanket is the tight end position. We're spamming throws to 35-year-old Zach Ertz, and it's working. He's not going nowhere after he catches it. it's going somewhere. We're getting
Right.
600-yard seasons out of this guy. You now got a 26-year-old. Don't care that he's undersized. Don't care that y'all say he can't block. Ben Sinnott, Bates, and Yankoff can block. We don't need our starting tight end to be this great blocker
Exactly.
at this point. We need him to be a pass threat. I love this. I love Chig. He's one of my favorites. Mine was Leo Chenal. I think Oweh is the most productive, but I think Leo Chenal was my favorite because I loved him in the draft class coming out in 2022. Loved him. I love Bobby Wagner with my whole entire heart, just like I love Zach Ertz. We need some speed at the linebacker position, but not only speed. Jordan McGee has speed also, but he's uncontrolled speed. Leo Chenal is controlled speed. He comes from a disciplined Spagnuolo defense in Kansas City. I think he has the ability to be a superstar linebacker for us this year. So I'm excited to see Leo Chenal get active for this team.
I do have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know you just said about Bobby Wagner. Do you want them to bring him back, or are you willing to part ways?
Holding a play sheet and a headset, I would love to have Bobby Wagner back. I don't need to bring Bobby back to play football unless he's willing to accept another role, but he's chasing a record. He's too productive. I don't see the purpose, or I don't see why he would accept a smaller role here, but he does love it here and they love him. So do you want him back?
I wouldn't mind it, but like you said, I mean, I think we need to get younger. He's done what he needed to do. He's done what he needed to do. Yeah, and like you said, if he comes back and he's on the coaching staff, I would love that. But I don't know. I feel the same way about Ertz too, though. Now, not necessarily with the headset and the clipboard, but I mean, if we had to part ways, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And he did do his job here. And like, say, for example, we're about to get into some of these draft picks and how we're ranking them for how much we want them here in DC. What is Bobby going to do for me in a room with Sonny Styles and Leo Chenal other than coach them up? Because I don't even see how he gets on the field or gets snaps with these young demon. That's two of the four most athletic linebackers to ever grace the combine on one team.
Mm-hmm.
What would be Bobby's role at that point, right?
Nothing. Headset and clipboard.
Yep, it would not. So Miss K's channel is K's Take on YouTube. I just put the names up there. I just realized I didn't have them up. Type in K's Take. I have her name in the title of the video, and I have her channel link in the description. Sub her up. Let's get her to 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Let's do it ASAP. Run her channel up, and please continue to behave accordingly for the rest of this stream that we got going on right here. But we were at the Ohio State Pro Day today, and obviously this meant something. Our GM was there, assistant GM was there, the coach, the coordinators were there. I feel like it's going to be a Buckeye at 7 for this team. Do you have a preference at the top of what you – matter of fact, do you have a position that you feel like we have to go at 7 or something you're leaning forward to most?
Defense of player and edge. I really like David Bailey at 7. I really do. And I know everybody is gunning for a wide receiver. I just don't know who's going to be there at 7. Now, if any of the Ohio State players are there at 7, I wouldn't mind whoever we pick up. But I just don't know if any of them are going to be there. I don't know.
Bailey was supposed to be going off the board super early. Bailey was supposed to, I still think Bailey goes off the board in the top 4. Like, I don't see him getting past the Jets and the Cardinals and the Titans and the Giants. But for whatever reason, everybody since last week has been pushing him down the board. I've even seen him get pushed past Washington. I'm not sure I could see Washington passing on a talent like David Bailey at the edge position, but it feels like we're in a world where whatever the best Buckeye player available at 7 is going to be the pick. And when you send a contingent like Washington sent up to Columbus today, they want a closer look, and they're still having another meeting with Carnell Tate and in the coming days of the draft. I cannot wait to see I think it's going to be a Buckeye, and I don't think that we should sit here and say it has to be a specific position. It has to be a specific person, but we can all have our preference. So David Bailey is your number one.
Just because we need, I mean, our defense, yes, we did good in the free agency, but we need some more. Just a little tweaking. We need some more. So I would want a defensive player. If we had to go wide receiver and Carnell Tate is there, I'd take him. If Mekhi Lim is there, I'd take him. But the Buckeye guys, yeah, if any of them are there, I would not mind any of them.
The receiver position is a very interesting conversation to have because all three of the top receivers have a very serious, like, I won't say defect or weakness, but there's something seriously to critique about each one. For Jordan Tyson, it ain't nothing he does on the field. It's how much time he's been off the field. It's
exactly. All his injuries.
For Mekhi Lemon, it's hard for teams to justify taking an undersized slot-only receiver with the seventh pick or somewhere in the top 10, even though he's more than worth it. He's the Biletnikoff winner for a reason, and I've seen him get busy in college. And for Carnell Tate has the problem of the guy playing across the field from him. Jeremiah Smith may be the greatest wide receiver prospect in this age of football. So we haven't seen him be the number one option. Yeah, so Mekhi Lemon has had 1,000-yard season. Jordan Tyson's had 1,000-yard season. Carnell Tate balled out this year, but you haven't seen him be the number one target for your offense yet. So Carnell Tate had a workout today at Ohio State. Washington was talking to him a lot after practice. Washington's bringing him in for a top 30 visit. Wide receivers are biggest need. I just don't feel like we have to force the pick, but I wouldn't be mad if we did take one. If we had to take one of the three receivers at 7, which one would you prefer?
Probably Tate. I would take Tate.
Because
I feel like he has more. Yeah.
Ohio State jersey, 17. That's what you want.
Oh,
military.
Yes, but I just think because he's bigger. And like you said, we haven't really seen him live to his full potential. And I think that he could, even though he's across from Terry, I think he would take a lot of the pressure off of Terry. So if I had to pick, it would be him. It would be him from the Buckeyes.
He would seamlessly fit into the offense as the number 2 because that's what he was already doing at Ohio State. And he's excellent with the deep ball. He's excellent with contested catches. My gripe with everyone's evaluation of him is everyone tells me he's this phenomenal, detailed, nuanced route runner. I think he's a fine route runner. I don't see what everybody else sees as a route runner, especially on air. Like, I've seen it in game, and I've seen him today on air at his pro day. I think he's fine, but he's not that crispy of a route runner. Like, I don't think he's the first or second best route runner in the class. I just don't want to be in a position where I'm drafting designer De'Ami Brown in the first round of the draft. I don't want to go ball merchant with the 7th pick of the NFL draft. And last year, 1 year ago, Ted McMillan went number 8 to the Carolina Panthers. Ted McMillan is a couple inches taller than Carnell Tate. He's about 10, 15 pounds heavier. He's faster, and he was more productive in college. Yes, he played for Arizona. No, he didn't play across from Jeremiah Smith, but that's the type of production you want to fit that profile. Carnell Tate not peaking in college could be a good thing, though, because he's growing into the role. He's the wide receiver 1 in training. So I'm not mad at Carnell Tate being the pick, but I think I would like a couple of his teammates more.
Who would you pick?
At
7.
I think if Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, or Arvell Reese are there at 7, either one of those 3, I would sprint the card. And the Caleb Downs thing, it's another tricky thing. Him and Jeremiah Love are the best 2 football players in this entire class. Caleb Downs didn't run a 40. He said, nah, I'm standing on my tape. I'm not running a 40. He's undersized and he plays safety. And the league don't respect the safety position as much as others. But he's such a good football player that it's like hard to not take one of the. I would take Downs, Reese, and Styles over Carnell Tate.
Really?
Which of those guys would you take Tate over? Would you take Tate over Sonny Styles?
No, because he's dynamic.
Yeah, he played safety and linebacker. He was great at both, and he's an athletic profile we've never seen here. Would you take Reese? Isn't going to be there, so we don't even really have to talk
I
about
would say no.
Harvard.
I wouldn't. No, no, no.
And Caleb. So you take Carnell Tate over Caleb Downs. I think a lot of people would because of positional value.
Yeah, I'm about to say we need a wide receiver. I mean, I really don't. That would be my only reason.
Okay,
But
so
that's I don't know. They showed out.
yeah,
They
they do. It's a shame that team did not get to the national championship because this is
hmm
one of the most talented football teams we've ever seen in college football. Shame on them. But my motto going into the draft is I think realistically speaking, it is best Buckeye available, Bain or Delane. That's my motto. Buckeye, Bain, Delane. And
Bain or Delane.
I would put Delane ahead of Bain because Bain isn't my cup of tea as an edge rusher, but I think phenomenal football player. What do you think?
I liked his combine video. I did. Well, I don't care for Bain.
He's good.
He's good, but I don't think he fits Washington. Now it would be a Washington pick, absolutely, but I don't think he fits Washington.
I know
he just doesn't have that aura. Like he don't have that.
He ain't ready for the district.
No, he's not ready for DC.
He's not ready for RF.
No.
That vibe and the short arms and that hairline don't do it for you.
No.
Bain definitely doesn't.
No, we have a certain, but he's a Washington player. Like, if we got him, I'd be like, that's such a Washington move.
Yeah, and Dan Quinn probably has a picture of him in his room right now. Dan Quinn will probably adopt him when we draft him. He looks like the most Dan Quinn player ever. I think Bain is going to be really good because his tape is great. His motor, and he should not be able to bend and move the way he does.
Exactly. That was what I was impressed by in the videos, but I'm
not going to hold you.
No.
Bain and Carnell Tate, even though Carnell Tate fits a bigger need at wide receiver, Bain and Tate are I'm not going to hate it at 7, but they're not my preference play. I'm putting Bain and Tate in the same category for me as I get it. They're going to be fine NFL players. And if we take them, I'm not going to throw a fit or react viscerally like I have in the past to the draft because they're both really good football players. But for me, Styles, Caleb Downs, even Mansour Delane,
okay.
I'm taking those guys. Or if David Bailey, for whatever reason, is at 7, you sprint the card in because I don't feel like he should get out of the top 5. So those are my guys in order. Do you have like a top 3 or 4 guys? How you got them ranked for 7?
David Bailey.
Okay.
Makai Lemon if he's there.
You don't care that he little?
And
you don't care that he little? You still take him at 7?
Well, my number 3 is Carnell Tate, so he's taller, he's bigger. So those are my 3.
I think Lemon goes top 10. For as much people talking about, I think Lemon goes to the Saints or the Chiefs. I think he goes 8 or 9. So,
or do you think we're gonna pass on him? I'm gonna say, do you think we'd pass?
Oh, it depends on who's on the board. I think if one of the Buckeyes or Bailey's on the board, yeah, they're going to pass on them. I don't.
Yeah, well then we'll take one of them. Yeah, but
I don't think we're going to take receiver at 7. But I don't know. It feels like they're very interested in Carnell Tate. Very.
But if we don't take a receiver at 7 and we have to pick one up later, who would that be for you?
Ooh, I really like this UConn kid, Skylar Bell. I don't like playing the game of which receiver is going to fall to the 3rd round because you never know how the draft's going to look when we get to night 2. So, but Skylar Bell out of UConn looks like a plug-and-play starter off the rip for me. He has inside-outside versatility. He could play as a boundary receiver or in the slot. And he's a demon. He led his team in catches and touchdown in back-to-back years. I'm talking 100 catches, 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns. That's the type of player. Let's play for UConn. Different conference, different set of competition. But I've seen the production with my eyes, and that type of thing matters to me. But it's hard to play the 71 game.
Yeah. What if?
Do you have anyone in mind that you would like to fall all the way to 71 for Washington to pick if we don't get a receiver early?
So I really don't watch, or I'll say I didn't really watch college, but when I did a mock draft with off the bench the other day on the podcast, there was a
Georgia,
guy that I picked, and it was Zachariah Branch. And I did
Georgia,
some research on him, and if he's there at 71, I would take him. I would take him.
he's a dog. He's a dog.
Hmm.
He gives me former Redskin Santana Moss vibes, and
Yes,
he's a dog. I know my
and
guy
he's fast.
Street Scores could tell us all about Zachariah Brandt. There's a reason why coming out of high school, he was the #1 high school recruit in the country going into
Okay.
college. So there was a reason for that, even with his size lack. But let me get into some of these comments real quick. We can continue talking for a little bit more. How you feeling, right? How long you been doing content? Like how long you been at this?
So I started my channel about a month ago.
Okay.
So that, yes, I started my channel about a month ago, but I've always loved the game, and I've done, like, I call it family room content, which basically I've been sharing my knowledge and love for the game with my family and friends. So I said, and YouTube has always kind of been in the back of my mind, but I shied away from it because it was male dominated. But girls love football too, so I thought I could bring, uh, a female presence to the space, and
Definitely needed.
it's been going really well. It's been going really well. The
See the
support has
growth.
been amazing.
I see the growth. I see the growth. And make sure y'all subbing up while y'all are here, by the way. It don't cost nothing to click the
Please.
subscribe button. It's in the title and the description. But I definitely see the growth. And growth is something that can be very hard on YouTube. You say male dominant. Hey, I'm telling you, as a female, pop out and watch how much faster y'all grow than we do. This is a grind. And I think, people would rather see a certain looking face when they click on some content, but you're killing it so far, and
Thank you.
glad they bring you on the channel. So my guy, Sam I am 9913 said pause of the year in oh my god, my last video I was tripping. I was Carnell, it was your boy Carnell Tate and Terry.
I know.
I got tongue tied into sleeping with the receiver. I don't know how I did that. And then while trying to clean it up, I dug a deeper hole for myself. And yeah, it was worse than what Louis T does on the Commanders Kings. My guy says, I'm worried Styles is a combine guy, Isaiah Simmons, but Styles is good. He has the production on the field. Like, for a guy that switched position, Styles was the safety at Ohio State until Caleb Downs transferred from Bama, switched positions and had back-to-back really good seasons at backer, had an 100 tackle season. He already has the production. I don't really see the Isaiah Simmons thing, but I get someone doubting it after a combine warrior, but he has the production and the tape to confirm that he's like that, though. I would take Sonny Styles here every day of the week and Sunday. Lulu chilling. Appreciate you for your channel membership and for the Dubski. Chig in a Ben Johnson style of offense is lethal. I can't wait. Do you have any predictions? Give me a touchdown or yard predictions for Chiggy Okonkwo this year.
I think he's gonna get 60 yards.
60 catches?
Oh no, let me see.
60 yards. I'm thinking so 600. I'm thinking you mean 60 catches, not 60 yards.
Yes,
because that boy definitely
60.
going. Yeah, 60.
I was about to say, yeah, 60.
If he gets 60
The
yards,
scene threw me off. I was like, wait a minute, you think where's he gonna run from? Yes.
Give me a touchdown prediction. 5, 7, 8, double digits. What we thinking? Zach Ertz was giving us 7, 8 touchdown seasons. What you think?
I'm gonna say 8 or 9.
Okay, I can see
8 or 9. Mm-hmm. 8 or 9.
His touchdowns aren't going to come in one variety. Like Ertz would be like a goal line slant or in the back of the end zone, just standing there. Chicky's going to run with the ball in his hand. He's going to catch it, break some tackles, and slip for 30 yards.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. I say,
I cannot wait.
Just give me 600, north of 650 yards. Give me 5+ touchdowns, and I'm good to go because I haven't seen the rest of the receiver room fill out yet, but that should be good to go for me. Anything more would be a plus. My guy, Sam, I am. Thanks again. He said, I'm going to ignore the pause in the last video, Rio. I appreciate you showing the queen some love here. I wanted Sonny Styles is another. No. Sonny Styles, I don't think he's another Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah Simmons, first of all, he was a linebacker that played for Clemson, and when he was coming out, people were comparing him to Sean Taylor. And first, it gets dangerous when you compare people to legends, especially to our legend that's been lost and someone that we feel deeply and emotionally about. I knew that was bad from the get-go, but sometimes the place that drafts you, Arizona is a place careers go to die sometimes. The team that drafts you, the fit, the environment, that matters just as much as the skill set. I think so. Sonny Styles' dad was in the NFL. His brother's about to be in the NFL with him this year. That is an NFL football family. I don't think he's Isaiah Simmons at all. But back to the draft real quick. No, matter of fact, not even the draft. Are you concerned with Jaden Daniels' health? Because a lot of people are like, Rio, I'm just terrified. I was terrified watching him play flag football last week. Were you afraid?
I think he did good. I wasn't able to watch it, but I watched the highlights. I think he did good. Now, my only concern with Jaden Daniels is his size. That's my only concern. And when he broke his ribs, I was like, what did we expect? So I won't say that I'm like 100% worried, but yeah, I'm definitely concerned because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Jaden got the snatched waist, man. I always say Jaden built like a broomstick. That boy is
Jaden is slender.
6'4", super, no waist in sight. Like he did.
No,
it's crazy.
No,
muscle on last year, and he's still skinny.
I don't think that was. I don't know. I don't think that was true. I didn't see it. Now, if he did, then okay, more proud to him. But I compared him 2024 to 2020. Hey, look.
He did. It's
not
just
much bigger.
There's no changing genetics. You can't change your bone structure. You can put as much muscle as you want on. Jaden can be 215, 220. He is a slight built person, and he's it's the height too. Jaden's not like Kyler, some like 5'9" quarterback. Jaden is all.
No, he's like 6'4", right?
Yeah, he's all of 6'4". 6'4" with a slight frame. He has a basketball player body.
Yeah.
He's always going to have a basketball player body. But what we need to do is just find ways to mitigate contact. Any way we can to keep hands off of him. He has to protect himself as a runner. But I think we got the offensive line to protect him going forward. And I think this new offense, it's less gimmicky than Cliff Kingsbury's. We're running a pro style West Coast offense. We can bootleg him more. We got to do things to keep him. We have to protect him from himself sometime because Jaden.
I'm about to say, but that's him. Because it was an interview that they did last year, and he's the one that chooses to run. So yeah, he has to chill. Like he has to chill. So that's why I'm glad that we brought in some weapons to help him kind of stay contained, because that's where all his injuries came from. Him trying to get away, trying to get,
and it's very fluky. Like the injuries are very fluky too. And while he's been banged up before, last year is an outlier. He's not someone that's missed time and missed games and stuff in his career. And he played a ton in college. So I think it's early to call him injury prone, but I can't be too mad at someone who wants to give him that title. But
and we're scarred. I mean, everybody, which I don't like, but everybody's comparing him to RG3. I mean, I get it. We're scarred. RG3 had a great rookie year, and then the next year that was it. But Jaden Daniels, it just seems like he's just a little different to me. I hope. I can't take another season like last year. I can't.
So different from RG. I know he's black. He's a quarterback. Great season. They both got twists, even though RG3's Jones was trash. But RG3 is just corny. Like JD's aura is totally different. Joe Burrow has been knocked out of 3 seasons for the year. Serious injury. That's injury prone.
Yes, it is.
There yet, but folks won't say it out loud though. They won't say Joe Burrow's injury prone. They won't. But
right, and then Jaden's had 2 injuries, and now he's injury prone. That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, I hate the double standard on that, but I love Joe Burrow. Also, Jaden looks so much better than Joe Burrow playing flag.
Oh, yes, he did.
Oh my God. Jaden was like the only natural out there. You could tell he grew up playing it and he understood the rules of the game. But before I let you go, I got to know, what do you think of the Brandon Ayuk saga? And are you willing to play ball there and wait it out and see? Or are you ready to turn the page, just draft the receiver and keep it pushing?
We're going to turn the page and close that book. Now, okay.
I ain't mad at it.
I had a hard no stance before because I was like, no, because
Sure.
all we saw was his side. We saw him driving past the stadium, flicking it off. Though what they put out was, oh, he left the team high and dry. And I was like, no matter what, I don't think you do that to your team. Now, everything else coming out about it, about them keeping his money and not wanting to pay him, and just the little things. Of course, I think, I'm sure you saw the George Kittle interview too. It's just kind of like, okay, so the 49ers are being kind of petty. So I still don't think we need to wait around for him. Like, if we don't acquire him by the draft, then we need to go ahead and draft a wide receiver. But I don't know. Once again, I don't like the drama. So I am going to have to pass.
You're going to pass on him? Ooh.
Maybe if he gets here later, okay, cool. But right now, do you think we need to be waiting?
Oh yeah. I think we have to move as if he doesn't exist. But
okay.
But when we get to training camp, if he's not on the roster, we put a lot of pressure. Well, if you take a receiver at 7, that pressure's coming anyway. But you're putting a lot of pressure on Terry's health and the rest of that room. Like you virtually could be walking into a room where Diami is your number 2.
No.
Terrifies me.
No. No. But what would you do though? Like what?
I think we gotta play it out whenever. I mean, these people know Adam Peters. Our GM worked with these are his golf buddies doing this. So if anyone knows all the information that needs to be known, it's Adam Peters, and it's Jaden because he's Brandon Ayuk's best friend in real life. So
right,
the way that we've handled this offseason, I need Brandon Ayuk on this roster at some point before we get to the season, but nothing can be relied on. But I'm someone who wasn't willing to play ball. I'm now changed my tune because he's in the room. But it wouldn't stop taking a receiver early, waiting on Ayuk though.
Okay. Oh, I do have a question for you too. I heard it this morning. So I think the owners are meeting about they want to change the instant review. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, there's 8 new rules that they're discussing.
No.
At the owners meetings, and that's always something, something's changing in football the season's starting on a Wednesday this year. Did you see that?
Yeah. Was it September 9th?
Yeah, Wednesday, September 9th, the Seahawks open up, and then the next day we're getting a Niners game in Australia or something on Thursday. So they're going to open the season up with football on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. They're trying to slow roll playing every day of the week. And football, I love it to death. Please don't put down the sport trying to oversee. I don't need to see football on a Tuesday. I don't
want to see it on a Wednesday.
I don't.
To be honest.
I don't either.
I don't want to see on a Wednesday.
Don't put down a sport that I love. You ain't got to lie, Craig. 738. I missed this one. Thank you for the $50 blessings and super chat donation. Yeah, I'm glad I caught this live. Bless you both. Blessings
back
to you and blessings.
Yeah, absolutely.
And shout out to Miss K for coming on the channel and blessing us with her presence. One more prediction, and then I'm going to have you plug your stuff before you sign on out and I continue to yap. Give me a way to it's weird making a record prediction before you've even seen the schedule. Make your way too early prediction for the 2026 season.
I'm not going to be one of those dreamers. I say we win 9 games.
I'll take it. We won 5.
I'll say we win about 9 games.
Okay. Way too early. I'm going to be forcing a lot of people to be making way too early. We don't even know when we play teams. We don't know when our bye week is. We don't know when the divisional gauntlet that they always give us at the end of the season is. So 9 games, that's respectable. That's 4 games more than last year. And who knows? It could be in the conversation for a wild card playoff berth. But I appreciate you for coming on with me today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
My audience loved your appearance on the show as well. She's beautiful, Thank you, Yo Vlad. Hey,
Thank you.
you're beautiful. They're filling you. They're filling the face car. Unlike Ruben, they're filling the face car.
Thank you. No T-Rex arms over here, guys. I promise.
So, some point before the draft, we could probably do something else on your channel or
Okay.
online. We could do a mock draft or something, and we could pick some players for this team. But let folks know where they can find you and where they can follow you.
All right. So I am on YouTube right now. I will be back on Instagram, and everything is at Kay's Take, KAYSTAKE. And you can also go follow me on Twitter. I appreciate you guys so much.
Same handle on Twitter.
Same handle on Twitter, Kay's Take.
Hey, she keep it classy. She said, Twitter, I'm gonna call you by your government name. We're not calling you around these parts.
No, Twitter. That's what I grew up on, Twitter.
Okay. And right before you go, we're drafting who with the 7th pick? Call your shot.
David Bailey, if he's there.
David Bailey, if he's there.
David Bailey, if he's there.
Thank you again, Miss K.
You're welcome.
Glad to have him. Thank you for pulling up on the channel tonight.
Thank you for having me. Bye, guys. See you soon.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. And y'all did well. You know, I'm proud. First of all, let me clap it up for the chat real quick. Let me give y'all some love because y'all don't be knowing how to act when a female on the channel. Let me give y'all some love because obviously Miss K is a looker. So I was very concerned at the behavior of the chat. We can start talking about some of this pro day that we witnessed down in Columbus today. So Caleb Downs looked good, bro. Caleb Downs just like, y'all could tell me about undersized. Y'all could tell me all this shit y'all want to about Caleb Downs. That motherfucker is good. That motherfucker don't miss. He don't look like some limited safety, strictly box safe. That boy moves with the best of them. Boy moves with the best of them, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't never seen a cheek on my timeline before other than on a face. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Whole chat knew the assignment. Most of you. So there we go. Akilo Witherspoon. Hey, you knew Adam Peters could not wait. Adam Peters could not wait to bring a former Niner and a over 30-year-old player in here. Now that we've finished the heavy lifting of free agency, he's like, bet. I'm here now. I can do what I do. I could do what I see. I see you, my boy. I see you, my boy. But you know the same game we play with every prospect right now. Is he going to be there at 7? Is he going to be there at 7? The Giants could take Caleb Downs. The Giants could take Sonny Styles. We don't know who's going to be there at this point, but I feel very confident that it could be a Buckeye. So shout out to Akilo Witherspoon. I hope he gets a deal here because the cornerback room is kind of naked right now. It's naked as hell. All we got is starters. All we got is starters right now. It's just Mikey and Trey and Amik. Like if one of them were to go down, we don't have nothing else. We need bodies to field an off-season program, and we need bodies to fill out the room. Witherspoon has definitely had some good years. I can't believe he's been in the league for 10 years already. I cannot believe he's been. Damn, I'm getting old. Akilo Witherspoon is a 10-year vet. When did he been? When has he been in the league for 10 years? Finally added some much needed length in the room. Pause. You know, because Trey Amos has good size, but Mikey and Amik are on the more diminutive side. So now we got another big body corner in the room. Amik has played a lot of Akilo has played a lot of football in this league. So if asked to start, it's not something that we wouldn't throw up on ourselves. It's not like putting Rashad Wild Goose in the game. It's not like putting Wild Goose or Tariq Castro Fields in the game. You know, what up with y'all? What up with y'all? What up? Akilo Witherspoon is visiting the team. You know Adam going to sign his former Niner, or he's going to shortchange the shit. I don't think Akilo Witherspoon's commanding much money, Last former Niner we brought in here, Kendrick Bourne, he didn't leave with a contract. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, you forgot about Demon Carlin Vigors. You're talking about the preseason human sacrifice that is Carlin Vigors. But I think a Buckeye is our safest bet at pick 7. Why are we talking about Renna Spoons? Commanders, Queens. I would love to see. Hey, I would love to see a panel of females commanders content creator. That'd be fire, bro. I would love that. We do like a collab with the Kings and Queen. Kings and Queen. Hey, that's fire. That's fire. I would go crazy with some of the mock-ups and stuff. That John would be dope. But I don't think he's commanding that much money at this point. Hell no. Akilla Witherspoon is a solid plug-and-play player and depth piece. He's not getting no big contract. I don't see it. I don't see it. But I know Adam Peters and Dan Quinn, they was in heaven up in Columbus today watching these players work out at this pro day. I'm about to pull up some of this Caleb Downs pro day footage because just watch it. Everything about the way that he speaks, everything about my boy Tay said Caleb Downs is like Captain America. He's just Mr. Dependable. He's going to be your leader. He's going to be your face of that side of the ball. He's going to put people in the right places. He's going to create opportunities and turnover opportunities for people. He's going to force turnovers himself. He's going to come downhill. He has the range to play the free. He can do everything, bro. Did y'all see Demon Caleb Downs in Alabama? Caleb Downs feels like I'm going to stay firm with Caleb Downs as my prediction to be the pick until I'm proven otherwise. But we are meeting with Carnell Tate. What type of interest do y'all think this team has with Carnell Tate? You ain't got to lie, Craig. I said, bye, mad loud. I said, bye, mad loud, like she could hear me. I'm down bad. We got to get my boy. We got to get my boy out his dry spell. That boy yelling at computer screens over there, man. We got to get your rocks off, brother. You got to get outside and you got to get active again. You know, you might just have to settle for a little bit just to get back active. Get back active again. Let me stop. Let me stop. But are we off Mansour already? I don't think we're off anybody. We're not off anybody at this point. And I want football fans to stop thinking that someone's being selected means you hate another prospect. Rio, you hate Mansour Delay. I don't. I think the pick is a Buckeye. I think there's a reason why they sent the whole kit and caboodle up to Columbus today to watch the pro day. It's because they expect one of them boys to be available. There's 4 of them. Are all of them going before 7? It's possible. All 4 could go before 7. But I think one of their defenders is going to be on that board. And it's not just that. It's not just hey, shout out the Good Hope Road, by the way. Shout out the Southeast and Good Hope Road, man. My father's not far from there, man. That brother's starving. That brother's starving, right, Daniel? That brother's starving. You need to get it. You keep shooting, man. Keep shooting. Shooters always shoot. You got to break out that cold streak eventually. But I think the highest probability is that we're taking an Ohio State Buckeye, and the way that I rank them as far as I would want them here in DC. Arvell Reese, I don't expect him to be on the board, but we're going to rank Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, and Carnell Tate. For me, I think, honestly speaking, I think Caleb Downs is 1. I think I'm going to put Styles at 1 because he has the higher odds to go before 7. But somebody in the top 5 may big brain it and say, you know what? Caleb Downs is the best defensive football player in this class. I'm just going to take him, and I'm never going to have to think about safety again. But John Harbaugh was giving goo-goo eyes to Sonny Styles today. He was all in Sonny Styles' grill at that pro day today, and Sonny Styles stood on business from his combine. You already seen what I'm about. I'm just here to support my teammates today. I'm just here to support my brothers. That's all I'm here for. I'm not here to do no action. We doing Commanders Kings at 8:30, by the way. We're doing Commanders Kings at 8:30. So am I upset if we take Tate if Love is still on the board? And that's the interesting situation. So I had just dropped a video right before I came on stream about potentially, because we're meeting with Carnell Tate, top 30 visit, on top of the fact that we already seen him at the combine, met with him. He said we loved him at the combine. We saw him again at his pro day. What'd y'all think of his pro day performance, by the way? I think that he's a fine route runner. I don't think that he's a great route runner. And people be ready for jump me for that shit. They be ready to kick my back in over that shit. Rio, he's a better route runner than Puka. He's the best route runner I've ever seen. Like, yo, relax, brother. First of all, relax, Team Carnell Tate. I am totally fine if Adam Peters, Dan Quinn, Lance Newmark, and company, if they vet everybody and say Carnell Tate is the guy we want in the top 10, then I'll try to see the vision. I think he can grow into a superstar receiver. I don't think Carnell Tate at this moment is a superstar receiver. And I'm not going to run from that stance. That's my opinion. Last year, first receiver off the board, very similar spot. Ted McMillan to the Carolina Panthers. I want y'all to show of hands in the chat. Who thinks that Carnell Tate is better than Ted McMillan? I want y'all to let it be known. And yes, I know the elephant in the room. Ted McMillan didn't play with Jeremiah Smith on the other side. But before you finish that sentence, I want it to be known that Emeka Egbuka had 2 1,000-yard receiving seasons in college. Jackson Smith and Jigba had a 1,600-yard season in college in a bowl game where he had 350 yards and like 4 touchdowns. So you can't doubt Ohio State receivers, Brian Hartline coached receivers, the whole 9. I get it. But Carnell Tate didn't get as busy as the other niggas. I'm not gonna hold you. And that's okay. That's okay. His route running is fine. He's not this nuanced master at his craft, precision route runner that niggas on Twitter are calling him. And that's okay too. He's young. He's young as hell. He's 21 years old. I would love to have him here. I just want to know that he's going to go crazy. I just want to know that he could be our wide receiver 1 in training. I don't want to take a full-time wide receiver 2 at 7. I want someone who's going to start as a 2 or someone that's going to threaten Terry to be the top target in his first year here. Like, for example, Brandon Ayuk. If that nigga's healthy and playing this year, I want him challenging Terry as the best receiver on the team. And I don't mean calling him out, trying to duel him or some dumb shit like that. I mean in play, in production, in separation, on the field. I want a receiver. If we're going to, receivers are our biggest need in the roster to me, but I don't want to take one at 7 unless they can be the guy. And I've seen Mekhi Lemon be the guy. I don't see the team drafting an undersized slot receiver at number 7 as much as I like Mekhi Lemon. I've seen Jordan Tyson be the guy. Jordan Tyson's hammies are singing like Whitney Houston, and his injury history is full of red flags. So I could get why a team wouldn't take him that high. Is Carnell Tate worthy of the number 7 pick being the first wide receiver off the board? And I think the answer is yes, because there's a world where this whole conversation is a moot point because he goes in the top 5. He goes in the top 5 picks. He goes to Cleveland at 6. He goes to the Giants at 5. He goes to the Titans at 4. He ain't going to go to the Cardinals. He ain't going to go to the Jets at 2. But Tate is better than CD because no, he's not a better prospect coming out of college than CD. He wasn't a better college prospect than CD. But CD and Justin Jefferson, they went in like the 20, but their drafts were different. Draft classes matter too, where guys were picked. This is a different type. Like there's no bona fide number 1 receiver in this class. It's pick your flavor. Whatever your flavor is. If you like a slot demon with the potential to be St. Brown, Lemon's your guy. If you like a big body, injury prone, but clear alpha number one dog as productive receiver that can be a deep threat, that can win with manipulation and routes and shit, Jordan Tyson's your guy. You just got to cross your fingers that he's able to play for you. And with Carnell Tate, elite deep threat. If there's not, like his rookie year, if it takes him time to learn how to get off press man in the league, he's going to beat people on the deep. He's going to get behind defenses. He's going to be an elite deep threat off the rip. I just want to be totally sure we're not getting designer brand Diami in the first round of the draft. And I'm not calling Carnell Tate that, but I don't want some go ball merchant in the first round. And I need us to be totally sure that that's not what he is. Tate is a first round player, will have a good career. He's not a guy you draft at 7. I want to draft BPA, and that is 100% not going to be a wide receiver. So that's why I say Buckeye defender Bane Delane. It's going to be a corner. It's going to be an edge. It's going to be a safety. It's going to be a linebacker. Unless the biggest caveat is Jeremiah Love falling to 7. And I've heard Adam Schefter now 3 times. He done doubled and tripled down that Love's going to be there at 7. And I think Washington would pick him. So if they took Carnell Tate over Jeremiah Love, he better have knocked their fucking socks off at a private interview. He better have read through the playbook and spit it right back to him. Pause. He better have had the workout of all workouts. Like, remember when the Chiefs, Brett Veach said the private workout and the pro day, he said Pat Mahomes' workout was the greatest that he ever seen. It better be something like that, because Jeremiah Love is clearly, if not the best player in the draft, he's the second best player in the draft. So for you to go Tate over him, you're choosing the need over the best player, and you better have a damn good reason to do so. But I think he would be a great fit with Jaden. I think he would be a great fit in this offense. And I think it would be a seamless fit for him playing second fiddle because he did it in college. I just want to know that I'm not going to have to draft a number 1 a year or 2 from now because he's not trending into being that. I've seen us miss in both sizes in the first round. I've seen us take a big wide receiver and fail. I've seen us take a smaller wide receiver and fail. It ain't a size thing to me. It's a skill thing, and I want them to go skill. I don't agree with drafting running backs in the top 10 of the draft, but when special players come along that make you change your thinking, the wide receiver has more value than the running back unless you got a nigga like Jeremiah Love, Jahmyr Gibbs, Christian McCaffrey, because they're a whole receiver too. You can throw the ball to Jeremiah Love 70 times. He can have 60 plus catch. Christian McCaffrey's catching 100 passes and still running for over 1,000 yards. When you get a running back of a certain cloth, that's a fucking receiver too. Jeremiah Love would be the second best receiver on this roster day 1, and he ain't even a receiver. So that's interesting. The whole trade back game, that's what I was talking about when I said the big receiver and fail. But I'm not saying Carnell Tate is Josh Doxson, by the way. I don't believe in TCU receivers. They say don't scout the helmet. I'm scouting the shit out the TCU Horned Frog helmet. You keep all their wide receivers the fuck away from me. I want no parts of them. There's nothing a TCU wide receiver could do for me. Don't want them. Can't have them. Can't play with those. Can't win with them. Can't win with them. Anything else from TCU? Not a receiver, though. I see people talking about your Washington trade for Quentin Johnston. Fuck no. Quentin Johnston just learned how to catch last year. It took his whole rookie contract, first round receiver, by the way. It took his whole, if we're going to take a receiver in the top 10, it has to be unanimous. It has to be it has to be like the whole room, the whole commander caucus. They have to be in full agreement. Like, yes, it's him. It's Carnell Tate. I want everybody waking up. I want them driving to the facility, pre-rendered videos like Ron Rivera did for Emmanuel Forbes when it comes to taking a receiver that high. And I think the issue is the defenders on the board are going to be better. Caleb Downs, give me him over Carnell Tate. Sonny Styles, give me him over Carnell Tate. Mansour Delane, give me him over Carnell Tate. David Bailey, if his ass somehow makes it to pick 7, sprint the card to the podium. Sprint it. Write it before get it done. And it takes me a little bit. So here's a more interesting question. For me, it comes. Would you rather have Ruben Bain or Carnell Tate? And that is when I put my hand up and say, all right, if it's between Ruben Bain and Carnell Tate, get my Ohio State hat out. Hey, bring me on. I like the prospect Ruben Bain. Fully confident he could be a good NFL player. Give me Carnell Tate over Ruben Bain. You got to pick one. You can't say neither, Shadow Striker. You got to pick one. Got to pick one of them, man. Give me Carnell Tate. But if the board is at a place where it's Carnell Tate or Ruben Bain, that is when I'm on board to talk trading back. That is when somebody somebody wants one of these boys at Kansas City. Who you want? Because I hear the Saints want your guy. You got to call and start lying. You don't know who the Saints picking the next pick. Hey, Kansas City. Hey, Cincinnati. The guy that y'all love. They want him. They want him. But I don't think there's a world where Delane, Styles, Downs, Bailey. Well, actually, there is a world where they all get picked before us. And that is another reason why that pointless ass win versus the Eagles. I ain't gonna say versus the Giants, but them too. But that Eagles win, we're still in a don't get us messed up. We're in a great spot where we're picking at 7, but it ain't the same as picking 5th. It is not the same as picking 5th. If we was picking at 5th, we'd be having entirely, it's crazy, just 2 spots ahead, we'd be having entirely different conversation. And the most unpredictable team, the 2 teams I want everybody to circle in the top 6. I want everybody to circle Cleveland. I want everybody to circle Arizona. These are 2 terrible fucking organizations, but the Cardinals just started their shit over. And the Browns do what the Browns, they hired Todd Monken. They didn't really have an answer. So here, they gave him the here nigga damn promotion. And those are 2 awful programs. Those are the 2 teams that control the top 5 because you have no idea what they're going to do. The Browns could pick Jeremiah Love because Quinshon Judkins ruined his knee and maybe they don't feel like Dylan Sampson is a star. It's the Browns. The Browns do Brown shit. The Browns could take Carnell Tate. The Browns could take an edge. The Browns could take Caleb Downs. Nobody should know Ohio players better than the team of Ohio. So if one of those guys on the board, they could go to Cleveland. The Browns should probably shore up their offensive line. I don't know who's playing quarterback for them this year. Is it Washed Watson? Is it Shador? I don't know who's playing quarterback for them boys this year, but somebody got a block for him. Is it Monroe Freeland? Is it Francis Maui Noah? Is it Owa Vavega Owani? I think that's the closest I've got yet to his name. Totally off topic. I saw the live action Moana trailer earlier, and that shit looks awful, but my kids are going to be all about that shit. So I'm going to be there to see it and sing the songs with them. But let's not make live action movies when a movie is still in its first decade of existence. But back on topic, the Browns could do anything in the draft. The Cardinals could do anything. Someone at some point in round 1 is going to take Ty Simpson and they're going to love him. Someone's going to force it. The draft is random, man. I remember Blake Bortles going off the board in the top 5. And I was like, who the fuck is Blake Bortles, bro? Who is Blake Bortles, bro? The draft get crazy. Cleveland Farrell at 4. Everybody on the panel like, nah, there's no way. I was watching the NFL Network version, and I know they were so sick that their colleague did that dumb shit. You never know. You never know. You never know. You're gonna know. But if it's between Bain or Tate, Carnell Tate all the way. So, next question. Next question. Hey, thank you again for blessing the program. You are welcome back on anytime. If you ever need me for any content or for anything, you know where to find me and how to hit me up. Y'all make sure y'all sub up K's Take. I know this will be a much easier subscription raid than when I normally tell y'all to follow somebody. I bet y'all ain't gonna accidentally forget to follow the K. Y'all gonna make sure y'all follow her up. But remember when the Raiders took another stupid ass first rounder under Mayo, Alex Leatherwood. Do y'all remember Alex? First of all, nothing about this brother's face or appearance said the name Alex Leatherwood. But I remember when he went mid round 1, and while the draft don't mean shit and nothing matters till they get on the field, I think 10 out of 10 people knew Alex Leatherwood was ass immediately. Alex Leatherwood looked flabbergasted that he went in the top 20. He looked genuinely. Did they really just draft me? They dead ass? Hey, they dead ass. They drafted me? That shit was funny, bro. That shit was funny as hell, man. The draft is weird. So we have to prepare for all. We have to prepare for all outcomes. But I need to switch up the acronym too. It's Buckeye, Delane, Bain. Let me stop putting Bain before Delane because I would much rather have Mansour. My son really wants Mansour Delane. Mansour Delane looks like one of those. And he checked his final box at his pro day. Jermont McCoy makes the first round interesting. He's about to go work out at the pro day for Tennessee on the 31st. That should be interesting. I'm very intrigued of how this first round. What surprises do y'all see happening in the first round? So I think Ty Simpson for sure goes somewhere in the first round as early as the teens. I think 2 linemen could go ahead of Washington in the top 7, even though this is not a top-heavy line class, because sometimes that need up front, like it's okay to reach when it comes to protecting your quarterback. I don't know who the Browns quarterback is, but they got to protect whoever they put out there. What surprises do y'all see coming? I could see Brian Thomas Jr. getting traded draft weekend. So Ty Simpson, 2 tackles before Washington gets on the board. A Brian Thomas Jr. trade. What else could I see surprising happening in the draft? Someone's going to fall. I don't know who it's going to be. Someone's going to fall crazy. Someone's going to fall. Oh, did y'all see how many of the top prospects Adidas signed in this class? Because that shit confused me, because how the fuck is Oregon players signing with Adidas? Like, y'all went to Oregon, bro. Y'all are Nike. Oregon University is Nike. How are you letting these players sign with Adidas? Shit is crazy. Like, this roster is insane. Let me read you this roster. Adidas out here getting active. Adidas out here getting super active. Hold up. Adidas has signed these 14 players ahead of the NFL draft. Fernando Mendoza, Arvell Reese, Carnell Tate, Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain, Jordan Tyson, Makai Lemon, Kenyon Sadiq. How the fuck does Nike not sign Kenyon Sadiq? That's embarrassing. Embarrassing for the brand. Jacob Rodriguez, Denzel Boston, Casey Concepcion, D'Angelo Pons, Jonah Coleman, and Stafford's own Elijah Surratt. But, of course, you know we can't have any draft day or any trade conversations until the Daron Payne name gets brought up. Caleb Downs going to fall. How far do you think he's going to fall, though? I think he could go before us. I don't think he gets past us. I don't think Caleb Downs. I think the farthest he could fall is 10 to Cincinnati. Because if he's going to go to Dallas, if that's not the case. If If Caleb Downs makes it past the Giants, the Commanders, the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Dolphins, he's going to Dallas at pick 12, and that shit's going to piss me off. So if we don't take him, somebody better. I don't think you could pass on Caleb Downs unless there's a fucking Maserati sitting there at 7. And I wouldn't take Carnell Tate over Caleb Downs, personally. But Keldrick Falk goes, I think that's where he's going to go. Someone is going to take on a 6'6", 275-pound edge that can move. Somebody's going to draft that high. I don't care about the production. He's got 7 sacks in the season before. I could work with that. Hey, man, I'm trying to get people to think more, but logically, you trade Payne with a pick to get a second-round pick. Please, that sounds good in theory. I hear what you're trying to do. Everybody wants to trade Payne. But $28 million cap hit, 1 year left on his deal, not productive enough to. It would have to be a team that has a very flexible cap situation like Washington's, because everybody's not taking on a $28 million underachiever. My bad. Jordan Tyson don't get drafted day one. That's spicy. He's working out a week before the draft. He go out there and his routes look smooth as butter like I expect them to, and he go out there and run 4.49, 4.50. I bet he do go on day one. Yep. Adam Peters had an in-depth chat with him. I bet he did. He's a coach's dream. Caleb Downs is a coach's dream. Like, he's the kid that you would think was the coach's son growing up in Little League and in high school, because he's the do-everything guy. He don't play. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. He has that disposition, like everywhere he goes, he has to prove himself. Listen to his podcast, bro. Downs to Business. His podcast he hosts with his brother, Josh Downs, the receiver for the Colts. Josh be carrying that jump because Caleb kind of stoic. Caleb has a sense of humor, but he's stoic and he's serious and he means business. Josh Downs brings the humor and the balance to the show because Caleb be dead ass serious sometimes and Josh don't be trying to hear that shit. If we draft him, I promise you, you want to get on their YouTube and subscribe to him. Did his injury check out? Well, Jordan Tyson didn't work out at his pro day, but he is going to. Well, no one said anything about the Caleb Downs thing, so I don't think anyone confirmed or denied any of those degenerative ACL things that we heard about Caleb Downs. That might just be some Twitter shit that an anonymous scout wanted out because they're trying to get him to fall. Rio, how do I feel about getting a kicker? Hey, that Ohio State kicker was booming from 60 today. You don't have to use a pick on a kicker, though. Wait till the draft ends and pick up the phone. Hey, kicker, come through. Pull up. Calder Black kicker that runs a 4.5. Yeah, we're bringing you in here to run fake field goals once a year. We're not bringing you in here to kick anything. Stay in shape, brother. Hey, you don't gotta pause that. It's a microphone. You don't gotta pause that. It's a mic. It's a mic, man. We don't gotta pause everything now. Come on now. We can press play on some things, man. Jordan Tyson and DK Metcalf for this draft. Two very different prospects. See, DK Metcalf was more athleticism than production. Jordan Tyson produced in college, but he's been hurt a lot. Jordan Tyson wasn't going to go to the combine and run a 4.3 at 230. But Jordan Tyson is more than fast enough. Jordan Tyson had better college tape than DK Metcalf. While we're keeping it a whole buck, DK Metcalf went at the end of the second round because ultimately, as freaky as he was athletically, he wasn't that overly productive as a receiver. I mean, their quarterback kind of sucked, but still, you know. You have to be careful with what information you take seriously at this time of year because everybody's got an opinion and everything comes out for a reason. So when Adam Schefter is on multiple platforms telling you Jeremiah Love's not going to Tennessee. He's not going to New York. It's because someone's telling him to say that. When someone's saying David Bailey's gonna fall, somebody wants this information out. Somebody wants this information out to the masses. So you have to be very, very careful at what you take as gospel at this time of year. But just like me, at this time of year, we're so starved. We're so starved to get to the draft, to know who our team's selecting, and for any new information. Each new thing coming, it hit different. Each new inkling of information hits, and it puts a battery in our back. Ooh, they said this player's falling. Ooh, they said Washington likes this player. You know how many players these teams like? They evaluate hundreds of players and they rank them 1 to like 400, and they have a fucking board and they have every single name in the class. They like everybody. They like everybody in the draft. So, who do I think grabs Jeremiah Love? I know Washington fans aren't trying to hear it. I don't see a world where he gets past the Cardinals, the Titans, the Giants, and Cleveland. And I know who plays for Cleveland. I also know that franchise is stupid as hell. But I don't think he get past the Giants or the Titans. I think the Titans take him. I think he goes 4. I've seen these games before. You ever watch Squid Games? I've seen these games before where this team isn't going to pick this player. This team isn't as high as the consensus on this player. This team doesn't want this player. We get 24 hours before the draft, Daniel Jeremiah does his final mock draft, and he says, oh, so this mock draft is what I'm hearing is going to happen tomorrow, and I'm putting information out there. When Daniel Jeremiah came the day of the draft and said, Washington is taking Emmanuel Forbes at 16, I said, this nigga is drunk. He's drunk, or that board was disgusting at 16. No, he didn't have Christian Gonzalez falling, but he came out on NFL Network and said Washington really likes Emmanuel Forbes. And I'm cussing at the TV with Pascal and Zach and them. We're sitting there at his house because I told you, we take the draft seriously. We meet up in the morning. We have draft day, lunch, brunch, kick it, have an outing, and then we just chill, prepare, and cook and get ready for the draft. We're sitting on the couch looking at each other like, he really said we're taking Forbes at 16. But Daniel Jeremiah knows what he's talking about. There's no way Ron's that stupid, right? And then we get up to the pick and that shit happened. But we will see. We will see. I'm excited though. I'm excited, man. What time is it right now? I'll probably yap for a little bit more because y'all might get sick of me because the Commanders Kings, we're live at 8:30. I think we're going to be on time tonight, y'all. I think we're going to be on time tonight, y'all. I think we're going to be fully fledged. I'm back on cam. Everybody going to be on time. Ed about to pull out another one of his like cocaine brick jerseys. So if he pull up with a Sam Howell on tonight or a Jahan Dotson, please roast him accordingly because he copped everything from the fire sale the jerseys were on. So Ahkello Witherspoon is visiting the team. We're meeting top 30 with Carnell Tate. We were at the Ohio State thing today. We spent a little extra time with Carnell. We spent a little extra time with Caleb Downs. We sent the whole squad out there today. And I think the first round pick is going to be a Buckeye. I don't know which Buckeye it is. If it is Carnell Tate, let's go. If it is Caleb Downs, let's fucking go. If it's Sonny Styles, absolutely. And if it's Arvell Reese, yikes for letting him get the 7. But I really think there's a reason why they sent the full contingent down to Columbus today. Oh, man, we got a lot of time left before the 20. Did y'all see that the kids of Pittsburgh, where the draft's taking place, they're getting 3 days out of school for the draft? How would y'all feel? So we got the draft coming to DC next year. So this should involve a lot of our children. How would you feel if the school hit you up talking about your kids is getting out of school, virtual learning only for 3 days because the NFL draft is in town? That just feels like a yuck reason for school to not be like, I don't like it, man. He said put them down for 9 p.m. Hey, Mansour Delane of Silver Spring, Maryland. Carnell Tate, skill player. Caleb Downs. Listen, that we have to figure out this fucking number problem if we get one of these skill position player, if it's an edge, even Sonny Styles, like he wore 6 before, but our numbers that we have available right now, I did a full study. I went to the roster. So assuming that Amik Robertson is wearing 2 and Rashad White is wearing 1, these are the available numbers, and Chigo Okonkwo is wearing the Ocho Cinco 85. These are the numbers available to skill players on March 25th, 2026. 6, 12, 14, 19. That's it. From 0 to 20, all we have is 6, 12, 14, and 19. Then you get to the 20s, it's 24 and 25. Mansour would look clean in 24. Big Stingley, Big Champ Bailey, Big Darrell Revis. I could work with that. If it's Carnell Tate, 14, 12, maybe even 6. If it's Caleb Downs, I'm sorry, Amik Robertson. I'm going to have to call him to the office. Hey, come here, Meek. What up with you, man? Hey. I hope the family didn't order the jersey because, yeah, this number really means a lot to Caleb. Hey, Caleb, come in the room. Hey, Caleb. Come on, Caleb. Caleb, tell him what this number means. You gotta like put your hand on his shoulder, brother. Our first round pick has been wearing 2 his whole life, and what this number means to his family is this. Hey, I'm sorry, Caleb Downs is wearing number 2. If it's Mansour Delane, I can see him rock with the 24. I would like him in a single digit. He wears Frankie Louvu's number. Jeremiah Love also wears Frankie Louvu's number. Hey, Franklin, buddy, Mansour's here. Come on in, Mansour. Come on in, Jeremiah. Come on. Meet Franklin, Mansour, Franklin. You start introducing them and shit. Because fuck no. Hell no. I'm not putting them in no nasty number, bro. Sonny Styles wore 6 before he changed to 0 in college. But just to break it down, 0 is Mikey Sanders still. 1 is allegedly Rashad White. 2 is maybe Amik Robertson, or maybe Diami boxed him for it. I don't think Diami won that fight, by the way. 3 is Will Harris, which I kind of hate. 3 is Will Harris. 4 is Franklin Louvu. He's Franklin until he shows up again. 5, you already know what it is. 6 is vacant because Noah Igbenogany signed with the Seattle Seahawks. 7 is untouchable because they're going to be retiring Joe Theismann's number soon. 8 is Marcus Mariota, our backup quarterback. Backup in a single digit, but Marcus has played enough here. He's earned his keep. I'm going to let him hold 8. 9 is Sonny Jurgensen's retired number. 10 is your punter, Tress Way. 11, Sir Spooky Lukey McCaffrey, who switched from number 12 his rookie year. 12 is available. 13, former first rounder, Traylon Burks. 15 is, who is 15? I know the kicker is 16. 17 is Scarence Terrence. 18 is Tyler Owens. 19 is open because of Simo, but you know they keeping that 19 open for Simo. You know they're going to keep that jersey. Hey, you know Adam Peters love him some Chris Moore, bro. Chris Moore will end up back in the building. Piss everybody off. Chris Moore will end up back in the building and piss every single one of us off. Yeah, three doesn't have as much motion as the other ones, man. Yep. Hey, call them out, bro. Make them compete for that shit. Listen, if I'm so pressed about a number, if I was a first round pick, I would pick the duplicate with somebody and make them run the fade with me. Have a better training camp than me, and you keep the number, bro. I get picked number 7, bro. I'm number 2. We're gonna both be number two. We'll see who gets number two when the final rosters go out. Bet. Say less. Caleb Downs looked like that type of dude too. Caleb Downs means business. Caleb Downs be serious as hell. So I agreed when Tay said he's Captain America. Serious as shit. No sense of humor. It's all ball, all business. But I would personally put the kicker and the punter in like 40s numbers because 40s numbers are disgusting. But shout out to Tress, who officiated Jeremy Reeves' wedding over the weekend. Shout out to Jake Moody. Got him a 1-year contract here with the team. Please be our long-term fixture. We actually have a young kicker and we didn't have to draft one to do so. Please don't make us have to go back to the well at kicker anytime soon. And in the 80s, even the 80s are ramsacked here because 80, somebody got 80. 81 is Art Monk. Nobody's touching that. That's retired. 82 is Ben Sinnott. 83 is somebody. And it's just disgusting, man. It's just disgusting. It's just 86 in the 80s. 86 is the only joint up there. So, hey, put Diami in 86. Diami probably come back in 12 because he couldn't get 2, so he got 1, 2. Oh, Yankoff's 80. There we go. Yankoff's 80. And I would love to know the team mystery as to why no one wears 27. I swear Fred Smoot feels like the last nigga to wear 27 here. Why does what type of ritual was done to this jersey? That number's always open and no one takes it. Fucking Larry Johnson and Fred Smoot were like the last players to touch 27. Nobody touches 27. What happened to that jersey, man? Is Jafar Murphy the black kicker from UTSA? Because I don't know any of the kickers' names. What's up with Ayuk? Nothing's changed yet. We're still in the same holding pattern until they do something with it. Hall of Famer Kent Houston's number. Did they retire it though? Or is it like 7 where they keep it off duty? Because I've seen Smoot wear that shit before. I've seen Fred Smoot wear 27 when he came back to DC before. Yeah, Jefferson probably wears 12 and Diami 15 or something of the sort. But man, numbers matter, bro. Like the 7 jump. But I mean, I've seen someone wear like Haskins needed permission, rest his soul, to wear 7. Nobody needs permission to wear 27. I think nobody chooses to wear it though. But Josh Harris is going to retire numbers, unlike our last owner. You know, the board's going to look great at 7. We finna get a hooper. Larry Johnson was the last one. Okay, thought so. Smoot loves to pretend it's retired because of him. Mouth at the side. I got to get his big mouth ass back on the show at some point this offseason. Diami can wear. Nah, don't do that to him. You know who need to. Everybody knows who needs to wear number 40. Everybody knows who needs to put their hand in the dirt, get in the backfield, get in front of our starting running back, whoever that is, whether it's Bill Rashad White or that kid that played for Notre Dame. Ben Sinnott need to put his hand in the dirt and throw number 40 on and get busy. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a night on this one. I'll see y'all in about less than an hour because we're going to be on time tonight on Commanders King. We're getting active at 8:30 sharp. Tune in. We're going to talk about all that shit I was just talking about and a lot more. I believe we're going to do our first Commanders Kings mock draft of the season. Tune in about an hour from now, less than an hour from now. Commanders Kings. Make sure y'all sub up to the channel. We just hit 7K over there. Hit the like button on your way out the door and talk soon. They said see you at 8:45. Watch. We're going to be on time tonight. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all for keeping this channel going. Talk soon. Hail to the Washington Command. And thank you to K's Take for blessing the channel. We need more feminine energy in the content space for the burgundy and gold. And it's always nice to have a pretty face that loves ball. Hey, you can't go wrong there, man. Talk soon. We out.